This is Deanna Caswell from the website littleschoolhouseinthesuburbs.com. Okay, the last part of this tutorial is going to be the AG list. This is how I dictate the AG list. Now, if you read my plans, it's going to be kind of confusing because there's a bunch of stuff in there you've probably never seen before. The reason for that is I've been through a lot of dyslexia interventions, and I did a lot of, not for me personally, for my daughter, and I wrote for a curriculum company. So I know a lot of tricks and fuller explanations that aren't in Writing Road to Reading that we've found really helpful. It doesn't change Writing Road to Reading. It doesn't change the markings. It doesn't change any of the rules. It's just a fuller explanation. You've already heard me use some of the things that I use in the AG list. There are 6 syllable types. There's open syllables. Vowel yells a long sound out the open door because there's no consonant there to close it. Closed syllables. These have a consonant closing the door on the vowel, and the vowel will say a short sound. Vowel teams. These are your combinations. E, A, O, W, anything with a vowel in it. They can say anything they want, anywhere they want, regardless if somebody's closed the door or not. R controlled. These are your R, or, her, first nurse, anything that's a vowel with an R. These guys act like vowel teams in the sense that they say anything they want, anywhere they want, but they change their mind and act differently when there's an ending. Silent E1. E in job 1 comes in, and even though the door is closed on the vowel, E helps the vowel yell its long sound over the top of the consonant who's trying to shut the door on them. Silent E4, I don't usually mention it a lot in the AG list, but it's that consonant LE ending. Another thing you're going to see in mini lessons or in my notes are wacky Caswell lingo sayings like extra tall squash. That's a reference to the pattern where A says ah if it's preceded by a w sound followed by a ul sound, or if it's hanging out on the end all alone. Sister Rabbit says is our remark when you have a closed syllable up front. It has to have 2 consonants between. Sister's reason why is because anytime you have 1 consonant between, you give it to the second guy. The second guy always takes that lonely consonant and leaves the open door. K takes EIY. The idea is because of Rule 2, anytime the K sound is followed by a letter, K takes EIY and C takes the rest. If it's an EI or Y, C's going to say S because she doesn't have an option, right? So it's got to be a K. The other thing about K is K loves to end words. K is all about ending words, but K is really afraid of short single vowels sneaking up on it. So there has to be a C in there, or a vowel team is fine, but if otherwise, K just can't handle it. So it's got to have friends. Again, in my AG list, you're going to see a lot of notes about open syllable, closed syllable, R controlled. You don't have to do any of it. But I wanted to record what I do so that if you do want to do it, you don't have to figure it out. I write down the first 6 or 8, 10 words, and then the child will copy them. Then we go back to the top of the list and we add the markings. And I would say we underline the E because it's making its long sound at the open door. Rule 4, open door. Let's write rule.4. And then the word and is just and. It's saying a short sound because N and D shut the door. Can. We know it's a C because K takes EIY and C takes the rest. The next word is C. That's vowel team, EE. Vowel teams say whatever they want, anywhere they want. So we underline EE. It's a multi-letter phonogram that makes 1 sound. Now, OW is also a multi-letter phonogram that makes 1 sound, and it is a vowel team, and it can say anything it wants, anywhere it wants. The next word is man. The A is short because the N shut the door. The next word is he. We underline the E because he's saying his long sound at the open door. No consonants have closed it. Rule 4, open door. We write rule.4. The next word is you. We underline the OU because it's a multi-letter phonogram. It makes 1 sound. And the last word is will. The I's making a short sound because the L shut the door. And this is what we call the Flossie rule. The consonants F, L, and S, we double those at the end of a 1-syllable word. Now, at this point, don't erase. The next column, I would write all the words. Then we would go through and talk about each one. Bird. Underline IR. It's a multi-letter phonogram. It makes 1 sound. This is an R-controlled syllable. That means it's a vowel with an R. Time. We underline the IME. This is a job 1E. The M is shut the door on that I, but the E helps the I go ahead and yell a long sound over the top of that M. Look. We underline the OO because it's a multi-letter phonogram and makes 1 sound. And then we can say K is at the end. K loves to end words. He's really afraid of short single vowels sneaking up on him, but vowel teams are okay. And also we would add the little number over the OO. The next word is like. We underline the I, the K, and the E because it's a job 1E. The I should be saying its short sound, but the E is hopping over that K and helping I yell its loud sound over the top of the K, even though he tried to shut the door. The next word is R. We underline the AR. It's a multi-letter phonogram. It makes one sound. This is an R-controlled syllable. The E doesn't have a job there. So we double underline the E because it's really weird for a letter to say nothing, and we write 5. The next word is little. Here I would introduce what we call the Sister Rabbit rule. The closed syllable up front needs 2 consonants between. So the lit up front, the I is short because the T is shutting the door. And we have enough consonants to give one to the second guy. And job 4, E. The next word is A, go. This demonstrates Sister's Y. The reason Sister Rabbit has her rule. Because anytime you just have one consonant between, the second guy runs off with it, leaving the door open on the first syllable. So we underline the A because he's making a long sound at the open door. We underline the O because he's making a long sound at the open door. And we write rule 4. The next word, of, you say it really funny in Writing Road Reading. And I put it in here because it's just one of those words that you can't even spell right. Like, how would you spell that? O-V? Well, English words don't end in V. Please add E. Well, then that looks like ove. So it's just one of those words that you can't spell in English. Of is just a weird word. They have to just memorize it. And then the last one is all. We put a little 3 over the A because he's saying its third sound. This is a flossy word, so we double the L and write rule 17. This is an extra tall squash word. A says aw when it's following W, preceding L, or hanging out on the end all alone. Now, you don't have to say all of that, but it doesn't actually take that long. At the end of all this, we would then sound it for spelling and then go back up the list in normal English. M, E, me. A, n, d, and. K, a, n, can. S, e, see. N, ow, now. M, a, n, man. H, e, he. Y, oo, you. W, I, ul, will. B, erd, bird. T, I'm, time. L, k, look. L, I, k, like. R, little, little. A, go, of, all. All of, a go, little, are, like, look, time, bird, will, you, he, man, now, see, can, and me. And that's how a dictation lesson would go.